my personal mental
Well,
situation.
she can edit that.
I have now the tears in my eyes. Sorry. I can tell you, I'm very sad this year from the beginning until now.
I understand, Alfred.
All the problems with Talia, I'm standing every time with all my problems alone. I have not had any support. I could not speak with her over my problem. And if I have had not all the good friends around me, I would lie down a time before. And I can tell you, the last weeks, I'm every day fighting not to break down. And all what put me on my feet the last weeks is to expect the connection with Murphy. That is all what holds me on my feet.
I understand.
And the mail now of Majory that I shall need to go back to Germany, that was the last shot. Now I'm down.
It was not. I've been messaging to Marjorie. Marjorie's been messaging me because there are some questions that.
Oh, I understand nothing. You are very fast. You are very fast.
Marjorie has been messaging me because there are some questions that needs to be filled in. So she messaged what should be the answer.
So we've been trying to help.
Yeah. So Marjorie is telling me that.
Marjorie asked you already.
Yeah, Marjorie.
I sent her a message now very fast. Yeah. I could not write a lot of. I was only crying at home.
Yeah.
And I sent short, I will ask you for help. And I think to remember that you have had such a problem anytime. Or it was a viewer you was helping or anything. I saw a video a long time ago.
Yeah, that's the Canadian.
Yes.
So, and the most greatest. And I can tell you, if I shall go to Germany, that is for every time my
Alfred, there's
You won't
no
have to do
Germany because if it's normal, there's no COVID, you can fly to Thailand or any country closer just to exit in the Philippines and come back.
And then come back.
There's no need to go to Germany. You can go to Malaysia.
But what I know, we begin at the beginning.
Okay.
The whole problem is, they say now, that is the problem and I will not agree. I overstay 13 months. And that is not because I'm not try active to get a visa. It's why immigration in Tagbilaran told me we make no visa because of house quarantine. And I agree a half year, but not 1 year. And I know with 1 year you get a greater problem. And that we make later the point. I tell you now, and if you can help me in any way and anybody need to know it, I tell him again the same story. I came in 2019 to the Philippines. I got at the airport a tourist visa. There's no problem. After 2 months, I'm going to Tagbilaran. I got non-emigrate visa. I got after every time for 2 months. They told me for long time visa I cannot get. But there was a very nice woman. If I would have married, I would get for 1 year for a cheap price. But I'm not married. Over that we speak later on. And that was going without a problem until the 17th of May.
This year?
Last year.
Oh, last year. Okay.
Last year.
Yeah, this pandemic start.
I was, and I know when I make application for visa, my passport need to be valued 6 months more.
Yes.
And my passport ended in September at the 20th. And my plan was, because the embassy, when I make the application for a new visa, they take my old passport. And 2 months later, I would have no passport for making the next visa. Because I know it needs a long time, because the passport needs to come of Berlin in Germany.
I see.
And the plan was, I go in March, take the visa for 2 months, and immediately I travel to Manila to the embassy. I have time 2 months, and it may be work out very small that I have the new passport when I need to applicate the next. I prepared it. Josephine have friends, they are working in the store, they sell tickets for the aeroplanes. She prepared it. She told, and there was a question, I go alone? No, that was nothing for me to go alone to Manila. And together with Talia, it's all a problem of the money. And Joe had told me, no problem, I have viewers, they pay the money for the second ticket for Talia, you can go together. And Joe won't take our kids and observe the kids. What happened?
Sino ba?
Boom, there was an epidemic. No flight to Manila, no ferry to Manila, to
Sino
Cebu,
ba?
nothing, Bohol locked.
Right.
What shall I do?
Well, that happened for everybody. Yeah.
And my visa was at the end, at the 17th of May, and I remember, you shall come 10 days before the expire date. I visit at the 9th of May. And there was only one woman in the office, no people, it was empty. And she told me, we make no new visas because of the house quarantine. You care for the last paper of the visa and all is okay. Okay, I could go home. And that is the reason why I overstay now 1 year. And that was a long time house quarantine, and at last nobody know what date was the house quarantine at the end. The officials, the office, the police, nobody know anything here. Yeah, and the time was going on. Between I became sick, 2 months, the time was going on. Lockdown in Manila, you cannot come out Bohol for a new passport. There was nothing to do.
Yeah.
Anytime, and I know it of the hardware store in Burgos. They deliver me the most material for my house. And it was a little bit of friendship between. And the owner won't go to Manila. And I told him, how won't you do it? Bohol is locked, no ferries, no aeroplanes. And anytime he could go, with a lot of paperwork of police and health center and all. And he was going, and what was the result? He came not back. I'm speaking with this woman, where's your husband? He want to come back. Nothing possible, he is stranded in Manila, Bohol is locked. No flights back, you cannot come here. The end for him was, he is seaman, he is going on a ship for a few months on the ocean. Nobody could come back. So I cannot travel to Manila and I need to stay months in Manila and here is my family, nothing possible. So and now in January I visit again immigration between in Bangalore. You can help me, what shall I do? there is a problem with the passport. I could not come to Manila. Last you told me house quarantine, no visa, what shall I do? We can do nothing here for you. You overstay a half year, you need to go to the immigration in Manila. So, now you know the story. You advised me majorly for making the passport. It needs 2 months until I got the passport. It was, I don't remember, there was a trouble with Talia, I think beginning May. We prepared the journey with Majorie again to go to immigration. And she was calling in Cebu, and at last she can come to Cebu for me for visa. She don't need to go to Manila. Okay, she is going last time to, there's coming the death of the baby. 1 week away again.
Right.
She is going to Cebu. They can make nothing. She need to go to agency. I don't know what agency. They take my old passport and my new passport. They need to send it to Manila for a stamp transfer of my old passport in my new passport. For that they take 6,000 pesos. And I told you already, it shall need 10 to 15 days. She was at home. 5 days later, she got the mail, the passports are here. Now we prepared the next journey, and now she is in Cebu, and yesterday she took the passport at the agency, and today she is going to the immigration. And in afternoon she sent me the mail. She is back of immigration. The answer is, and I'm not really clear. One time she writes they can expense my visa for 1 or 2 months, and anywhere else she writes for 120 days. That are 4 months. And after that they order me to leave the country to go back.
Now,
So-
let's just make this clear. When you say they will order you to leave the country, you're not being deported.
Yeah.
You're not being deported. You just need to leave, which is the normal thing.
And then come back.
Had the pandemic never happened, you may have been asked to leave. You would go away, you go back to where you have friends, say in Thailand, and then you would come back and re-enter the Philippines. And
I
there
think
wouldn't be a
it's-
problem.
I think it's not
the
easy.
only thing that's different now is that the pandemic is on, or plandemic, and it is interfering with the way that things work.
That is the first point. I know Thailand is blocked. Nobody is coming inside.
So you will have to find a place then that you can go to, say Malaysia.
Yeah, but the problem is going back. That's another thing.
I understand that,
The next
but
problem
first
is,
things first, he's going to be told to leave the country if
Yeah,
he's
but
not careful.
But there's still a chance. You still have a chance, Alfred. All you need to do is just go to Manila, right, with Marjorie, and explain your situation.
Majorly know all the reasons why I overstay. The
Alfred.
problem
It's
of
not the
quarantine.
same as you
It's
being
different
there
if
face
you
to
are
face.
there. It's different, especially you will be the one to speak your situation. You just says, look, it's pandemic. I have no problem. If there's no pandemic, I can come back. But where should I stay? I have no family on those countries.
There's one important point. I think to know it, I'm not 100% sure. You ever overstay 1 year, you need to leave the country. And I think you are 1 year blocked to come back.
Alfred, but it's pandemic. There are some consideration.
I thought the whole time there is an epidemic and it's a special case now.
Yeah.
That's
And
what I
and
would
that's
have
what
That
thought.
they
we're going
need
to
to
hold
see
on.
at the immigration. But you don't know what officer you have. And
That's
the
true.
last major told me now, Cebu is dependent of Manila. They are afraid to
That's-
go another way.
That's why you will be the one
Uh,
to explain in Manila.
Just wait a moment. If I would, I will tell you what happened. If I would need to go back to Germany, with my money, it's not possible to live in Germany.
I understand that. Yeah.
So now I would begin the relationship with Murphy. It's not possible to me. Other foreigners have money to support her here, that she can wait for my comeback, and I live there. I need to go in Germany to a social office. I'm under the basic in Germany with my income. You need to know, that is not for the camera. You need to cut it.